I mean, we are in the presence of a celebrity right now. This is
We are.
She did the Super Bowl commercial with Bill Murray and Jeep.
That's it right there.
This is it. This is the one that started it all.
You planned that.
No, I didn't, but yeah, that's cool.
Could we be in line for something funny to come out of the mouth?
Just might happen.
What a little cute.
She's the best.
Everyone deserves to feel their best. Everyone deserves to move their best and not have pain.
I'm a little upset that Ben got like 2 inches taller because he's already tall, dark, and handsome enough.
Culture is something we think about like all the time at Shrutis. You know, we're all coming from different cultures.
Our comments have exploded
Through the roof.
So there you go. All right. Welcome back for another great episode of Lancaster Connects. You know, the show, I've been talking a lot about this show lately, within our industry, outside of our industry, to those that are interested in podcasting and live streaming a show, and those that have questions about it. And really, this show's about helping you discover all the greatness that's in Lancaster. That's really what this show's about, and we're happy to produce it. It's our weekly time to bring Lancaster to you, and so we're really excited to do that yet again this week. I am solo. You'll see that, obviously. My business partner Ben is on vacation at the beach with his family this week, so we hope. Oh, there he is, just right on time. Greetings from Cape May. Hello, Ben. So he's enjoying a week away. And I'm happy to be here with our guest. But before we get into that, little update on our Brett Michaels Party Gras August 26th contest. You get all those details. You go to lancasterconnects.com. All the details are there on the site. And so we're off to the races. Last week we had 2 winners, a veteran and a hero. And we're going to continue that. We have got a bunch of tickets to give away this time around. We've got 2 pairs of tickets for a veteran and 2 pairs of tickets for a hero to put through the prize letter as we wrap up the show today. And so, again, you go on the screen, lancasterconnects.com. Right there on the screen right now, you have a button to nominate a hero and a button to nominate a veteran, and you just follow the prompts. And listen, that hero or veteran, it can be yourself. What we found about our fellow Lancastrians is that we like to serve others. And so the graciousness of nominating a friend who might be a hometown hero or who might be a veteran, we thought is a really good way to promote this contest. However, and there we have those that have been nominated. Elaine won last year, as well as last week. Elaine won, as well as Manny won. And so you get in by following the prompts there on the site. And then on August 14th, we're going to draw the VIP experience, which is the whole backstage, on stage, big, fantastic plans that Brett does for every one of his Party Gras stops. And basically the way that VIP experience is going to work is right there. Chris is on screen in the background, sharing that, putting extra votes to each picture. And so whoever has got the most votes come August 14th, that's on the veteran side, and on the hero side is who's going to win that VIP experience. All right. So please nominate yourself if you're one of those folks. Don't feel any guilt or anything there. Perfectly allowed. And share. That's how you're going to win that VIP experience. I see a number of people with over 100 points, so to say, on their picture. And so that's the way to win on August 14th, the VIP experience. So please do share it. If you have organizations in mind, hometown hero organizations being fire, police, EMT, teachers, etc., please share the contest on their social media pages. Connect them to us via Messenger on whatever platform you're watching, LinkedIn, Facebook. Shoot us a message here at the store. Connect us, please, because we'd love to get this out in front of as many people as possible, because we still have a bunch of tickets left to give, and we want to see everybody have a chance at that VIP experience. All right, so LancasterConnects.com for the Brett Michaels contest. Again, that show's August 26th at the Hollywood Casino at Penn National in Grantville. Going to be a fantastic full-day affair, and we'd love for you to be there as a guest by winning the tickets. And if you're so lucky to win the VIP experience, all the better. All right, so that's that. You're watching this show. Not only is it a podcast, but we live stream it, and you get to watch it on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, pretty much anywhere that you can connect on a device to those platforms. You can watch the show live every Monday at 2. In the comments, let us know you're here. Let us know you're watching. We're going to bring on our guest here in just a minute. Give us some questions there. Although commenting this time around doesn't get you in for any prizes, because that's the Brett Michaels ticket contest. In the future, it will when we return to that. I guess that would be August 21st. But for now, shoot us some comments. Let us know you're there. Let us know what you like about the show, and if you have any questions for our guest. And without too much further, I may as well bring on our guest. Welcome, Marlyn Barbosa from Tec Centro, Lancaster. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. A pleasure to be here. Thank you to those that are, tuning in through all social media. Happy to be here.
Well, thank you. And thank you for making the time out of your busy day. So let's jump in, because I know you have a meeting after our time together. So let's just start with, where did you grow up, and when did you decide to make Lancaster home?
Well, I grew up in a small town on the west side of Puerto Rico. Raised and born in the island, beautiful island of Puerto Rico. And after completing my degree in education and biology, I decided to move to Lancaster, just to kind of try some good luck here, right? A different future. We already have kids when I finished my education. So finding a place that will allow me to grow as a professional, but also to provide better quality life for my family, it was a priority back then. So we moved in 2007, and the plan was to stay a year or two, and it's been 16 years. So now Lancaster is home. It's my second home, and for me and my family.
Yeah. Lancaster seems to have that way. They, if you quote from The Godfather, I try to get out and they bring me back in.
I know,
right? So yeah, Lancaster is that special place that just seems to grow and seems to continue to grow, and we seem to do a lot of new things and fun things to attract people to live here. So that's great. So you're here with Tec Centro, where you work, and why don't you tell us about Tec Centro's mission?
So Tec Centro, just to give you some background, we are a program under the Spanish American Civic Association, well known as SACA, or Centro Hispano, as many community members know SACA. And for 50 years, right, the organization always had some kind of workforce program or employment services throughout the 50 years, kind of in pieces. And Tec Centro basically opened their doors in 2014. What we put together is this awesome grassroots program that provides a holistic approach where we target adult education, employment services, workforce training, and case management under the same roof. Before Tec Centro, our marginalized communities and our community really, if they needed ESL classes, if they needed some employment services, they needed to go to different places. And it wasn't accessible. It was far from the city surroundings. So bringing everything under the same roof, it really was making a difference to our community. So our goal is to provide these programs and this approach that it's like a one-stop shop, right? So if you need adult education classes, if you need employment services, if you need to upskill or learn a new skills to get a job, you can find that at Tec Centro as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because the path to secure employment, and as we were in the pre-show, Chris was running through some of your social media channels, and I saw a really nice graphic card about creating a career from a job.
Correct.
And you said upskill, I think was the term
Mhm.
that you used. So maybe we'll talk about that, about how increasing your skills takes that from job to career. But before we go into that, it's interesting that you would be on our show today. Over the weekend, I learned a friend and connection of mine now runs a education foundation for the Berks County Career Center. He's the, leads the arm of raising money to raise awareness for careers and then awarding scholarships and things like that. And I posted on his Facebook post that it's a tremendous thing. Congratulations. And that skills and careers for 4 years. And I know you don't just focus on high school graduates, but as an example, you're talking about, because I've done the math, about $250,000 shift in wealth opportunity for somebody if they can, for 4 years after high school, get into a career or skill or trade. And I had somebody challenge me back on that number. And I said, well, if you take college at 25 grand a year, that's 4 years at $100,000. That leaves $150,000 of income from the career skill trade you're working in. Well, that's less than $40,000 a year. I mean, you have to actually work fairly hard right now. Not that everybody coming right out of high school is going to hit that number.
Absolutely.
But you kind of have to work pretty hard right now in the time we're in to not hit that number with a trade or skill type career. And I think with people, when they hear that number, they obviously gave somebody pause, but it's a number that is very attainable and can create tremendous shift in opportunity for people. Anything to add to that?
No, I agree. Our focus is more the underemployed community residents. Normally, we have a lot of workforce services in our area, but a lot of them focus on unemployment. And the biggest issue that our community have and our marginalized communities are the underemployment, which means that people are working 2 or 3 part-time jobs or having a full-time job that have no benefits, no vacation time, no health benefits. We consider that underemployment. So providing a platform where people can get upskilled, they can get trained or retrained as a first or second career is a great opportunity to eventually, right, join or just transition to higher ed. And doing this as the services that we provide this at no cost. So our students really invest their time and they are committed to finish our programs without the pressure of having to pay out of pocket $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $6,000 per class.
Yeah, so that little mathematical equation that I shared, let's say, so you're talking about somebody who's underemployed, maybe they have a family and they're 35 or 40 years old, so we're not asking them, Tec Centro isn't asking them for those fees. But now let's say through upskill, they're able to create a better work-life balance and increase, take home money by 20 or 30 grand. It doesn't take long to shift that wealth and that stability opportunity, which I guess is probably your first measure of success, would be cementing that economic stability. Is that fair?
That's completely, you got right to the point. Yeah. So how we measure our success is providing how many participants increase their income, how many participants got jobs, and what are those wages at the end of the day. To give an example, around 80% of our students increase 40% or more their income after receiving a Tec Centro service. And this is between employment services or adult education or just going through a training program. we have seen an increase of 40% or more their family income, which is huge for our communities and the families that we serve.
Yeah, that's a big number for sure. Increasing 40%. That's great. That's very good. I'm sure everybody's happy to go through the effort
Yeah.
and to build those skills. So digging into some of those offerings, let's talk about that, about how Tec Centro as an organization supports the people that come through your doors, that come through your programs. Let's dig into what some of those programs look like.
Sure. So as I mentioned, we have 3-4 different areas. So the first one that I like to share is employment services, because the employment services, it has been the oldest service that we provide at the organization on workforce services. So since we opened our doors back in the 70s, we always had some kind of employment services. And that was maybe before taking people to work in vans. I know many years we were taking community members to their jobs. It could be just reading a letter, translating an interview, and that evolved of what we have today. So today what we have is we work directly with participants, community members, anyone in the community that is looking for a job. And what we have is a client-centered service where we sit down with the participant, we work on their resume, we do a little mock interview or just training how to do a job interview. We help them with application process. But more importantly, we are the link between the employer and the job seeker. So we have a network of over 200 employers in the area that reach out to Tec Centro saying, I have this opening. Do you have anybody that can fit this job description? In addition to that, we do job fairs. We provide this platform for both, for the community members and the employers. I always say that I'm a full advocate for my community. And if I want to make sure that they have access to these great jobs, right? But in the other side, we also work for the employers. We want to make sure that the employers have the workforce they need in our county to keep them here, right? We want to keep them here. So we do these job fairs at no cost to the employers. We normally do 2-3 big ones in the year. But also we have many recruitment events customized for some employers, and that works very well. I think that's one of the biggest programs that we have. In addition to that, we have adult education, which is providing ESL, English as a second language classes, and also the GED program. In the county, we are the only providers that teaches the GED in Spanish.
Interesting.
There's a need of having a program that prepares participants to take the high school equivalency in their own language. At the end of the day, the diploma that you receive, it doesn't tell you that you did it in Spanish or English. That's the first thing. But also, we find that it was unfair or it wasn't productive, right, to make somebody going through 8-9 years of learning English at the level that they can do the GED in English when they needed that high school diploma right away.
Right.
So that's why we decided to start with the high school diploma course in Spanish. We also provide a test as well. We are a testing site. So our students get the classes and they're able to get tests. In a year, we graduate about 30 students. In this past graduation, we have 29 adults that attain their high school diploma equivalency through our services.
Fantastic. Yeah, and you just had a graduation.
We just had a graduation, yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that. You said, so 29 people? 29
completed the high school equivalency diploma. This is all adult students. I didn't mention, but about 50% or more of our participants are between the ages of 22 and 40 years old. Again, these are working adults looking for a second career, a chance to upskills. In this graduation, we had over 200 students that completed workforce programs, and that's the third part of what we do. So the workforce program are these short trainings that we do in collaboration with HAC and Thaddeus College of Technology, where we provide 3 to 6 months program for participants to gain skills and get a job. So that graduation was celebrating the GED students, but also the workforce students. It's my favorite time of the year. It is where we see the success and the accomplishment of our students. And for many of them, this is the first and the only time that they get to wear a cap and gown, for example, or the first graduation that they ever had. So it is very inspiring. It is a great day.
I can imagine it is. You know, as you said, you had high school graduates get their diploma, or GED graduates get their, well, no, high school graduates.
It's a high school equivalency. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. There's no reason to not call it that. 22 to 40. So it dawned on me, like, for most people that age, if they're not able to connect with you, they just kind of move on in life because they have no choice. But here you are with your programs, giving them the opportunity to you know, fix those things and you know, reset their career path. That's just really great. So thank you for doing that locally. Any stories that you can share from this recent graduation, or others that are really memorable to you?
Yeah, in this recent graduation, you know, we work with, you know, we are a big program. So sometimes I don't have the chance to meet the students, you know, one-on-one. And other times I'm able to do that. It depends really on the season. But this graduation, we have a student that I knew that it was, she had a challenging life. However, I didn't have idea how challenging it was until she shared her story during graduation. And the impact of the services, and just when she received the call that we have a program, we have a spot, do you want it for the CNA? It was very impacting. She lost her sister, young lady, got into depression, you know, everything. She was really in a really, really bad situation. She had kids as well. And she said that one day she decided to say, you know, I need to stop this and try to heal, right, from the loss of her sister. And it happened to be that our career navigators called her to do the CNA class. And as she was saying that, she was talking to her son that was sitting on the audience. And he was telling her, telling him, I'm doing this for you. And it was very emotional. Everybody was like in tears, as you can imagine, because that was her opportunity to really move on from, you know, a past that it was so hurtful for her and for her family, I'm sure. But because we were able to give her the opportunity, the support, she completed the CNA program, and now she's, you know, working and looking to maybe be an RN eventually.
Fantastic.
So that's so many, you know, we have a lot of different stories because this is people that sometimes just moving here, you know, they are migrants, they moving from other places, from, you know, they just need to start new. They are get asylum here for safety reasons. So there's many stories, right, of the clients that we are serving. But just learning at that point, you know, just that opportunity, it just took that for her really to realize that she needed to do something for her kids and being able to provide that, I mean, it's a great feeling. It is
Yeah.
a great feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very cool. And, to graduate the program with the certificate and CNA, just for our listeners and our watchers, that's certified nursing assistant, correct?
Correct. Certified nursing assistant, yes.
And as you said, that puts you on a path to RN, registered nurse,
Correct.
which is just a fantastic career. And again, I would be remiss to not take the time. So, Marlyn, Marlene, if any of your folks like rock music and they're in that hometown hero class, so nurses are in there, and they want to enter our contest, tell them to go to the website lancasterconnects.com, and they can get in, and they're a hometown hero. You're graduating hometown heroes, both for our community and in this case, for your family, for their families, if I understood it, for their nephew and for the son. And so they're heroes there, but maybe they can be recognized with some concert tickets through our contest as well. No, that's really special. And I'm sure there's tons of others that you could talk about, because really what you're doing is you're changing the trajectory of people's lives through dignified work, through skilled work, through talents that they can acquire and skills that they can build.
Yeah, we want to provide that economic mobility, right? We understand that when you come here, you have to work. You need to work. You need to do produce for the community, and setting the platform as we are doing here for Tec Centro is providing that space that our community will access and have equitable access, because we had in the past some programs in the county that provides workforce programs or training programs. But unfortunately, none of those programs were providing equitable access. They were not meeting the clients where they were. And that's what Tec Centro brings, really. We are working one-on-one with the students. We have career navigators that are working with the students since you are in the waiting list up to the way that you graduate and get a job. So you're going to have one person working with you, providing that support services that you need. Something very unique, Jeff, that we do is we build this support system with the student. So once you are with us and working with us, we understand life happens. We understand that sometimes, we have daycare issues or transportation or food insecurity or housing. So we have systems in place that will work with that will remove those barriers, because we want each student to be successful. So these career navigators, really their job is to ensure that our students complete a training program successfully and get a job. And how we do that is through all these case management, providing the support services, but also I think having somebody like I say, you can do this. We are here for you. I think that makes a difference. And
Yeah.
Every year we increase our number of students that we serve. Right now, I have over 1,000 individuals in my waiting list.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So of course, a lot of need in the community, not enough resources, right, to offer this. And this is very unique. It is very unique, and I don't know if you are aware, but this model is being replicated in other counties.
Congratulations.
So we started, I say it's my baby, because we started Tec Centro in 2014, and now we have Tec Centro Berks. We have opening Tec Centro York in 2024. Tec Centro Lebanon as well is opening now in the summer, and eventually Harrisburg as well. So we have other communities that recognize the services that we have, the impact that we have here locally, and they reach out and say, I want a Tec Centro where we live.
Yeah.
So we work with those communities, helping them build their own program that they manage independently, but we also provide some coaching and best practices for that. But it's very nice. I'm very proud to see, our model as Tec Centro model just being replicated in other communities in the surrounding areas.
Yeah. You touched on something about how programs of the past didn't necessarily meet the person who needed it the most where they're at.
Mhm.
And so I'll kind of put my little bow on that and then let you pick up. So I guess similarly, our youngest son is, committing to play football, wants to play football in Division I college, and, has dreams of playing in the NFL. Okay. Well, for me as a parent, I hear that that's great. And for me to support that, I look at all that's going to need to be done. And it's going to require an immense amount of work across a number of spectrums. And so rather than to just say, well, he was a child that went to every football practice and was at every game suited up, ready to go, whether he got in or not, isn't enough. There's going to be a lot that has to go around that. And that's what you're talking about. It's, if you as a single parent have children who need to eat and you need to work, but missing work means your children can't eat, well, then the program's not really that successful. And so that's where you come in with, I guess that would be like a food assistance. You connect them to some aspect of your program that solves that first hurdle of, well, geez, I saw we had a 15-week culinary course. I'd love to be a chef. I've got family recipes that I'd love to get out there to the world because my grandmother's food was great and I would like to expand on her legacy. But if I can't feed my kids, I can't do that. And that's kind of this holistic nature you're talking about.
Correct.
So I'll let you kind of pick up the ball there.
Yeah. And that's exactly right. So we designed the program intentionally to provide that flexibility for adult learners. So our programs mostly are part-time, either in the mornings or in the evenings. In addition to that, we are working with our career navigators. For example, if the same example that you said are going to use, if we have a student that really wants to join a program, but they cannot afford to be out of work for so many times or so many days, then we're going to find ways into maybe securing a part-time job or working in a different shift. Many of our students are working third shift. After they're done with the third shift, they come to our location to do classes for half a day and go back home. And they do that for 6-7 months sometimes. So providing that support, it really makes a difference. Like sometimes even transportation. We have a student in this past class that graduated that he lives in Harrisburg. And he lost transportation coming from Harrisburg to here every day. And great student, a lot of potential, underemployed. And we like, okay, so what we're going to do with you, because he needed to secure transportation. So we got him a train pass for the rest of the classes. In addition to that, a bus pass. That way he can get to the train and then from the train to the bus station and made it here. He graduated. He got a job and he's earning almost $30 an hour now.
30.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. Fantastic.
So that's the type of approaches that we get, and that makes a difference. If I know that he will start missing in maybe in these traditional places or institution, he'll be dismissed. You're missing too much classes, you'll be dismissed. We don't take that approach. We want to make sure that we provide the support that you need to get here. And that's why we have 85% completion rates. So about 85% of our students successfully complete a training program.
Yeah. And, it's just so cool to hear that story. So to me, if I'm a fly on the wall in your board meeting, the cost for that bus pass and the cost for that train pass, you're probably just looking at that as that's the cost for programming. That's the investment for success. No, it's not a classroom. No, it's not a program course I don't know that you have so many textbooks, but you probably have course literature.
Mhm.
So it's not that tangible thing, but it's that intangible thing that allows us to graduate somebody into our community or communities at $30 an hour who can provide for themselves, for their family. And that's like, I love hearing about stuff like that. That's fantastic.
And,
It
and
really
that's something
is.
that we do often, something that I always said to my student, no one should be not joining the class because they can afford books. So our student, for example, will pay for their books. They'll pay for uniforms. They'll pay for a processing fee of $50. And then we pay a SACA pays the tuition. We absorb that. But if you come to me and say, Marlyn, I cannot pay the books right now. I don't have money for uniforms. You join the program because we're going to figure it out. We're going to find ways where we can get the books. We get some donations sometimes from uniforms, or we just, part of the budget that we have is to provide that supportive services.
Sure.
Again, nobody should be, out of the class or not having the opportunity, right, to better their life because of $100, of
Yep.
books. So we try to do it. We do a really good job in making sure that all the students have what they need to start the program and the classes.
Yeah, fantastic. And so you said you get donations sometimes, you have partnerships at times. So how are ways that our listeners, our watchers in the community that picks this up, how can they help get involved?
Sure. So there's two ways, right? I always say, first of all, if you know anyone in the community that can take advantage of this program, please refer them to us. I want to stress that this is not just for Latinos. This is open to anyone in the community that is looking for advancement. We are serving a lot of refugees, re-entrants, people that are, in the process of re-entry in the community and need a second chance. We can serve, right, anyone in the community. So if you know anyone, please send it our way. You can visit our webpage. We have a Facebook and those platforms, so you can reach out through that. The second part is if you are a employer, if you like to support in the philanthropic community, there's ways that you can sponsor students for scholarships or do bigger contributions. Really depends on the agency, but there's ways that we can collaborate in employers. I'll say we provide them with mock interviews, but also we provide them with a platform to promote their business or to hire or recruit participants. So that's a win-to-win, right? They win
Sure.
as getting that and that exposure, but also, we can continue offering these services to the community. We have great support already from the community, from the philanthropic community, great foundations in our area. But with a waiting list of 1,000 people, it's not enough, right? So we always are, in need of providing additional trainings, evening trainings. That's something that we are looking into add. Again, a lot of people are underemployed. And when I say underemployed, I don't mean just maybe they're making $17 an hour, but it's in a job that don't provide benefits, that probably works 7 days a week. They can do that work-life balance, right? So providing these trainings really allow them to change that and earn more money, but also having the benefits of having PTO. Many of our students have never had the option to say, I'm going to take vacations with paid time.
Right.
That's some, it is obvious or is just granted, that's obvious that you have to take your PTO or vacations. So if we are able to provide that, I know we're going to have a community, healthy community, right? And they feel that they are part of this. great Lancaster community, and they can do something back to the community that we are serving.
Fantastic. Just fantastic. I'm going to send you an email after this because we have long had a delivery team member spot open. So I'll have to send you an email and see if we can't maybe figure something out there if there's not an opportunity for somebody or somebody's, so we'll talk offline about that.
Absolutely.
But I think our guests have loved getting to know you and what you do there at Tec Centro. We always like to provide a little personal connection for our guests. We do that with our connection cocktail. So we'll get that going here, learn a little bit more about you and some things about you. So aside from what you're doing right now, what is your dream job?
Oh, but I love what I do, and I don't see myself doing nothing else. However, I do like to work with wood, upcycling, I do wood engraving as my hobby, kind of. So working with my hands, my dad was a carpenter and he was a craftsman, and I guess I'm kind of in the same as well. So I really enjoy doing that, creating designs and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Well, if you ever need pallet wood, we have tons of pallets here. Just reach out and we'll get them to you. Do you cheer for any sports teams?
Well, at home we are huge fan of basketball. Having a son play basketball through 13 years, so we are a basketball family. So we do, Sixers, Lakers. I think those are the top at home.
Those are the ones at home, huh? So that's half of music to Ben's ears because he's a Sixers fan. So I'm sure if he's still watching, he'll appreciate that. All right. So last question, and I always like this one because we'll see how you play this one. If you'll get right to the point or if you'll be diplomatic. It's always fun for the people who are so involved in our community. So where is your favorite place to eat in Lancaster?
Oh, well, have you been at Café Centro?
Café Centro?
Mm-hmm.
I have not.
Okay, well, you gotta come. So Café Centro is our culinary arts restaurant.
Ah, okay.
And we open
I like where you're going.
We open twice a week from 9 to 2, and it's a great opportunity to meet our students. They cook and they serve what they prepare. It's open to anybody in the community. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we have a great lunch special, very affordable. So that's my go-to place on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Café Centro. But other than that, I love Mexican food.
Very good. Café Centro, Tuesdays and Thursdays 9 to 2.
9 to 2.
And where is that?
That's located in our building, 102 Chester Street, here in Lancaster. Tec Centro have two buildings. So our main building is 102 Chester, and that's where Café Centro is. And then our second location is 57 Laurel Street here in Lancaster.
Very good. I like how you played that. The self-promotion. I love it.
Just plug in there.
I love it. Some people are so afraid of that. We say, well, what's your favorite event? And they host a big annual fundraiser or a golf tournament. But then they say, well, I like the fireworks at Longs Park. And listen, there's no wrong answer, but there is the best answer for our guest in the moment, and Café Centro was the answer. Yep. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 to 2 at 102 Chester Street. Okay. And a great lunch special and I'm sure some other great stuff. So,
yeah. If you want empanadas, and that's the place to go.
I like some of those. you can tell I kind of like everything. So, but yes, Marlene, this has been so much fun. Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you for all the work you're doing and the way you're leading at Tec Centro. I hope people who watch this and hear this and then see the little snippets throughout that follow, because that's what I write down as we talk, can connect to the programs in some way. So if you know somebody that can use their services, please connect
Mhm.
with SACAPA.org through the Tec Centro program. Lots of programming opportunities, lots of ways to impact and change lives for those in our community, and as we said, open to everybody.
Yep.
And so please check them out, SACAPA.org. Thank you so much for joining us. I had a wonderful time with you today.
No, thank you for inviting us. And then again, please, anyone that is interested, they want a tour, please reach out. We do tours, private tours, group tours, presentations. We want to get the word out of the great services that we have. So thank you, Jeff,
You're
for
welcome.
giving us the opportunity to share this information.
You're welcome. Well, thank you again for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Marlyn Barbosa, Tec Centro, Lancaster, doing great work there. Boy, I mean, when you hear stories of somebody working third shift so they can attend morning classes and then go home and sleep and then start their day again, I personally love hearing stories like that. I love hearing stories of how they look at bringing in other programming efforts to make the success of their graduates happen, the people that take their courses. So great thing to have in our community. If you're somebody who has the means to donate and support, please do that. You go to SACAPA.org and you can find a way there on the website to donate to them and their programs. So that was awesome. Just loved it. As I said throughout our time, we're going to get the prize-elator fired up here. We got a little bit of the business of the show to do, but we have our contest for the Bret Michaels tickets on August 26th at Hollywood Casino at Penn National. That's in Grantville. Looks like it's going to be a great day, full day affair, food trucks, some other events, and then, of course, the concert. So LancasterConnects.com to nominate somebody or sign yourself up to win. Perfectly okay to do that too. If you're a veteran, there's a button there for you. If you're a hometown hero, being a fire person, fireman, police, EMT, first responder, teacher, we've got all that there. So you just go to the site, follow the buttons, and fill out the information. Very easy to do. And so that's that. I have our testimonial for the week. This is another handwritten one. We get these in. I think that's very special that our customers, we leave a lasting impression on our customers where they take the time, paper and pen style, to mail these in. Of course, we still have Google and Facebook and all the other online places to review us. But I take this as very special because it's time, and it's time from our customers put back into us. So from Rick and Linda, they worked with Chad. They couldn't have been more happy with his efforts. He was not high pressure, knowledgeable, helpful in determining the right mattress, and just loved the way we approach things, giving you the opportunity to test things out, giving you the information to make this the right purchase. I lead our sales team here, and so good job, Chad, working there with Rick and Linda. And I lead our team, and really, I think for any business that in this day and age, 2023 and beyond, that we just want to be in a position to affirm for you the things you feel and educate you on the things you don't know, and put you in a spot just to feel good about making this decision. That's our goal, and that's what we're here to do. So thank you to Chad, and we love that Rick and Linda are our customers now, and we can call them that. And so thank you to them for taking the time to give us that testimonial. My Sleep Better tip, which you can get your book right here, we'll mail you this copy. You go to gardnersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better, is to take time to relax and unwind. And, it might sound really silly, but we're a busy people. We're a busy society. And really, even if it's once a week, give yourself that time to relax and take care of yourself. Last night, I had the opportunity to have my family, everybody in the family, with two teenage sons, one who's 19 and pretty much on his own. We were blessed to have a gathering around the campsite picnic table. And that was just so nice. And to be able to relax, in nature before going to sleep was awesome. Slept great. And so that would be my sleep better tip, is give yourself that time to relax and unwind. And if you can connect to nature, all the better. There is actual studies about when you lay on the ground, not that I did this, but when you lay on the ground, you're actually grounding your body. So maybe even just get your bare feet in the grass, or as that one country song says, toes in the water, butt in the sand, which is what Ben's doing this week. So that's my sleep better tip. We'll mail you a whole bunch of those in the Sleep Better book. And you go to gardnersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better, or click in the show notes, and we'll get that out to you. Without too much further ado, we'll get the contest here fired up. Store happenings. We've got our awning project is done. So our year-long remodel project is done. Thank you. So that included these panels that you see, the decor up there, the fresh paint on the wall, though you may not be able to tell because that was about a year now, or coming up on a year. We are a proud partner with Tempur-Pedic for 20 plus years. They made a tremendous investment in our store with a gallery display. We had a new sign painted onto the wall. All of this, again, in 2023, if you're going to be someone who's shopping in a retail store, your experience can't be as though it's from 1993. That's at least how we look at it. And so this last year-long effort of remodeling has been all about making your experience that much better. So these walls behind me are about some privacy, because why would anybody want to lay down and feel like they're being looked at like a vulture, right? So we do that. New colors just gives it a little more peaceful, relaxing environment. All of these things very intentional to give you an incredible experience. And that's our promise always to our customers. And so we've wrapped that up. We've got a few items remaining that we really want to sell. So if you're looking for a mattress and you're fairly flexible on what it is, maybe it's for a guest room, maybe it's for your campsite, maybe it's for a child's bed, and they don't have aches and pains where you need our specific advice to help, we've got some great deals for those situations. So we'd love to help you. You can just call us 717-299-6228. You can also text us to that number too, or use any of the contact buttons on our website. Without too much further ado, I think it's time, Chris, to award some tickets. We've had our contest go up. And so on this note, we'll spin the Hometown Hero first. So let's give that a spin. And I'm going to give our an update here on the hero side of this contest. So let's see. Melody Deeroff is the winner. And there's a great hometown hero. So Melody is somebody who I've seen at numerous local fundraising events. I know she's active with a few charities, had her own charity called, I believe it was Holiday Hope. And so Melody is great. Congrats to Melody. She actually looks like nominated her son, which go figure for Melody. So selfless. I was kind of thinking it was Melody who was the nominee, but she's the nominator. So anyway, congrats, Melanie. You may use those tickets as you see fit. Dan, your son is a firefighter. Thank you for his service. So on the note of heroes, so we have less heroes entered. It's a contest. We put the rules out. We got to kind of stick with it. So we're going to run it till we run out of heroes to award tickets to. If we come up upon a time to spin the prize wheel, we'll just revert those tickets to veterans. So heroes, you got a pretty good chance to win tickets. We can't really change it. That wouldn't be fair. All we can do is put the opportunity out there, and the community, the public responds accordingly. So that's what we have to do. So we will now spin. As you can see, we have a bunch of more veterans. Let's spin the veteran side. So Melody won our first pair of tickets today. Looks like David Boyer, our veteran, won. Awesome. Congrats to David Boyer. And again, this might be that David nominated somebody or David's in the contest. Either way, whoever is the nominator, if I think I'm saying that, sounds like Terminator. There we go. David nominated his uncle, an Air Force vet. But so whoever is nominating, they are the person that we win the tickets. We line them up with Hollywood Casino, and then you get your tickets. All right. And I guess now we will revert back to the hero wheel and spin again. If I can do that. I think we're clear on that. Maybe not. We need to reward 2 per. Yep, there we go. See, this is why it's great to work with a professional podcast team, Chris Stone from Cast Ahead, because he was probably quickly scrambling there to update the prize wheel. Congratulations, Sally Dowling on the hero side. Yeah, so we have to take out the person who just won each time we spin. So Sally, congratulations. So looks like Sally was involved back throughout the pandemic in making masks for our first responders. So that's great. That's great. So thank you, Sally, and congratulations. And then we'll spin another time for the veterans side of things. As you can see, we have a lot more veterans, which is, that's pretty normal. Veterans, we have a lot of people that have served our country throughout the years. So that's fairly normal. And Warren Hill, congratulations. So everybody has won a pair of tickets to the show, August 26th at Hollywood Casino at Penn National in Granville. We will reach out to you. So Ben handles all the tech here. All right. So I have to go update a sheet, which I hope I don't go and break, but I'm going to go update that sheet after the show. And then Ben will be reaching out to you all next week with notification that you won and how to get your tickets. But you've won, you're in, put it on your calendar. August 26th, you're going to see Bret Michaels at the Party Gras Tour Stop at Hollywood Casino at Penn National Racecourse in Granville, Pennsylvania. It's going to be a fantastic day. As Bret said on our show, it's going to be all killer, no filler, one heck of a shindig. And it's really his hometown homecoming concert. So he's going to put on a heck of a show for his people. And we're so happy to have some of our watchers and some of our listeners be able to go on Bret. He was very gracious to give us all these tickets. So that's this week's drawing. Again, for those that are in the hero contest, you got a really great chances next week as it stands right now. But our obligation is to get this out to as many people. So please share this contest, especially if you're connected to any fire, police, EMT, first responder type charities. Please share this out on their social pages, bring it to their attention. We're doing the same in the background on our end. And we'd love to see as many people have an opportunity to win these tickets as we can. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you to Marlyn Barbosa from Tec Centro, doing fantastic work there with her organization to help people in our community. SACAPA.org/Tec-Centro gets you right into her world, but you're going to go to SACAPA.org and you can start there. Great show. I hope I held down the fort on my own with the Jeff Only edition of Lancaster Connects. You get Ben for the next 2 weeks because I'm on vacation, and then I'm in Las Vegas at our industry's trade show looking for new and exciting products to bring you. So you're in the solo run, but that's all right. It's still the great same Lancaster Connects. We'll see you next week. Until the next connection, take care.
we are in the presence of a celebrity right now. This is
We
like,
are.
She did the Super Bowl commercial with Bill Murray and Jeep.
that's it right there.
This is it. This is the one that started it all.
You planned that.
No, I didn't, but yeah, that's cool.
Could we be in line for something funny to come out of the mouth?
Just might happen.
What a
Yeah.
little key.
She's the best.
Everyone deserves to feel their best. Everyone deserves to move their best and not have pain.
I'm a little upset that Ben got like 2 inches taller because he's already tall, dark, and handsome enough.
Culture is something we think about like all the time at Shruki's. We're all coming from different cultures.
Our comments have exploded
Through the roof.
so there you go.